What's up, dudes? We're getting ready for week 10 of Sons of Hatton NASCAR 2022. We're going to look back at week 9. We're going to do an update on the league, and we are going to look ahead with a preview of week 10. But first, this video is sponsored by Armor All Vehicle Cleaner and Protectant. So if you like to go off-roading, for example, or drive your car in places like Bristol Dirt, pick up some Armor All, keep that vehicle clean, shining, and protected. Speaking of Bristol Dirt, that's where we were last week. Let's do a quick recap of week 9. Hell of an exciting race. I hope my new fans enjoyed it. This is nothing like we've seen so far. Not only is Bristol the shortest track in NASCAR, sitting at a half mile, but it is a dirt race, which we haven't seen up to this point. Dirt racing is very popular in other leagues and whatnot. There are actual dirt racing leagues where they race different style cars and things like that. This was the first time the next-gen car in the NASCAR Cup Series was raced on dirt. Last year was the first time they raced on dirt since the 1950s. So it's been a work in progress. They're still working through putting new things in, taking things out, just trying new things. What I liked this year as opposed to last year was the first time they tried it in a very, very long time. And it was a mess. There was dirt all over the place. There was just dry, smoky air. Drivers couldn't see. They seemed to watch some videos, recap on that, probably get some input from the drivers, and they changed the layering of the dirt this year at Bristol. So the top layer of the dirt was actually a thick layer of a clay-like substance that was then watered down and compacted, where last year it was just layers of dry dirt that were kicking up. They also added mud flaps this year to stop the dirt kicking up onto the driver behind them's windshield. So hopefully that helped the drivers out a little bit. Either way, it was a very much more fluid race than it was last year. I guess the drivers picked it up from last year, had much more of a knack for it, especially after practicing and qualifying. This is the second year doing it for most of these drivers, not the rookies, obviously, but it was definitely more advanced this year than it was last year, where last year everything was so new, they didn't know what they were doing, drivers were complaining, and this year it seems like they're closer and closer to getting it right. So this year was a lot more exciting, where last year it was kind of controlled chaos, for lack of a better word. Either way, very exciting race. Let's do a quick recap of that. Kyle Larson takes stage 1, Chase Briscoe takes stage 2, and Kyle Busch finishes it off on the last lap, takes stage 3. Quick thing about Kyle Busch, he has 18 consecutive years in the NASCAR Cup Series with at least one win. That ties the king, Richard Petty, for the record. Will he continue that, break the record next year, get at least one more win next season? We will have to wait and see. But that is a nice notch on Kyle Busch's belt for his long and very successful career, future Hall of Famer. He also has 60 wins, which puts him in 6th place of most career wins of all time in the NASCAR Cup Series. So he is just notching off those accolades on his way to try to get himself his 3rd championship. Let's talk about that last lap at Bristol Dirt. Tyler Reddick leading, looking hot. Chase Briscoe hot on his tail in 2nd place. Chase Briscoe won stage 2. He was running hot all race, trying to catch up to Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick has not won a race in his entire career. Going for his first win on the last lap, approaching the final turn, and Chase Briscoe dives into that turn, just puts it all out there, says, fuck it, it's the last lap, I'm going for the win. Dives into the inside corner. Obviously, you're on a dirt track with high banks. He slides up, takes Tyler Reddick out. They both tumble around. Tyler Reddick eventually saves it, comes in 2nd place, but Kyle Busch, coming from 3rd place, passes both of them and gets the win. I thought that was a terrible move on Chase Briscoe's part. He apologized to Tyler Reddick after. Tyler Reddick accepted his apology. Tyler Reddick's getting very close to a win. He's going to get a win soon. But this was his chance. This was the kid's chance to get his first NASCAR Cup Series win. He's got experience on dirt. He earned it out there. In my opinion, he was the best driver of the day, and it was stripped from him. So he decided to shake hands with Chase Briscoe and accept his apology. I think could have went a different way. Guys in the NASCAR Cup Series have gotten into fistfights over less, but good for Tyler Reddick keeping his cool and saying, you know what, we're going to look forward to next week until we can get that first career win. He's got his eye on the prize. So very sportsmanlike for Tyler Reddick, so we tip our hat to that. I would have handled it differently personally, but the show goes on, and we're moving on to week 10. Quick update on the league. We have a bit of a jumble in the standings after a wild week at Bristol Dirt. Steve takes first place for the first time with Gaytona 38. TJ falls to second with Bobby La Bubble Potty. Tom in third with Sly 1. Bobby in fourth with Day After. And tied for fifth, rounding out the top five, is TJ Marmion with Checker and Wrecker. And Carl Gallo with 40 guys, 1 cup. Huge thing coming out of Bristol Dirt. We have a new... And I feel like I'm not going to say this again for a while. We have a new single week points champion, and that is John with Joe Byron sitting atop with 258 points. Just to do a quick recap of John's lineup, his final lineup when the race ended, his 5 starters, their rank in terms of points for that race were 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just to add insult to injury, the guy in his garage had the 6th most points of the week. He also got 3 out of the 4 possible bonus picks correct. So that puts him at the top of the single week standings with 258 points. That is the new single week point to beat. Good luck to everybody on catching that because I don't see it happening, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, let's look ahead to week 10. We are going to my personal favorite track in the NASCAR Cup Series in the heart of Dixieland, Alabama, Talladega. Road courses aside, this is the longest track in NASCAR. It is a 2.66 mile super speedway, high bank turns, quick straightaways. These guys are going to be doing 200 mile an hour plus. A lot of drafting going on. The track races like Daytona. It's a little bigger. It is just an exciting race to watch. High speeds, cars in small piles. For the drafting that's going on, usually 1 or 2 huge wrecks. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to happen this year. Always an exciting race to watch. We were there last year, a few guys in the league. We had so much fun. Very exciting race, as it always is at Talladega. So we're looking forward to that. Our pick to win at Talladega, we're going with the number 12 of Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney has been the guy to beat this year. Seems to be in tune with his next-gen car, running really hot. It's looking like every single race out there, he's just got a handle on it. His pit crew's doing a great job. His crew chief is spotted. They're all working together. They seem to be in sync. On top of that, Ryan Blaney has won 2 of the last 5 races at Talladega. He has also led at least 1 lap in 6 of the last 7. So this is a track he knows. It's a track he likes. He seems to do well there, and I expect that trend to continue. Sleeper pick for Talladega, we're going with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's not a guy you're going to start every week. He's a sleeper, but he tends to do well on super speedways. 17 starts in his career at Talladega. He's got 9 top 10s and a win. Not bad for a sleeper. Maybe we'll plug him in the garage and see what happens, but it's going to be a hell of a race either way. Start your guys, make your picks. Any questions, reach out to me. Good luck, everybody. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.